describe it. I mean, I'm into the second week of a slam, and it's amazing for me. Iga is a phenomenal player and a really nice person, so I'm really grateful to be able to share center court with her at Wimbledon nonetheless.
She was flat on the grass, flat on her stomach, one hand on the court, the other holding her racket, horizontal, helpless, beaten on the point. Any other player would have given up. Instead, she hit a shot so impossible that the entire tennis world stopped and asked, "Did that really just happen?" It was the moment that broke the internet. During her third-round demolition of defending champion Iga Swiatek, Alexandra Eala slipped and fell hard onto the grass. Rather than give up on the point, she whipped an awkward forehand winner while essentially lying flat on the ground. The commentator dubbed it a horizontal forehand. Wimbledon itself posted the clip with the caption, "Never give up on a point. We're not over this horizontal forehand," from Alexandra Eala. Within hours, the image was everywhere. Tennis photographers called it the sports photo of the year. Fans compared it to Dennis Rodman's iconic floor dive. Netizens hailed it as iconic, calling it a one-handed push-up shot and a true champion's move. Even Senator Francis Escudero shared the photo, telling Eala, "You just rewrote what's possible for every Filipino who ever picked up a racket." But the horizontal forehand was just one of many viral moments from Eala's Wimbledon run. There were the tears on center court, the ruffled socks and chubby cheeks interview, the 1.2 million YouTube views, the sea of Philippine flags. Every great Wimbledon run has a defining moment, a shot, a point, a single image that captures everything. For Alexandra Eala, it came during her third-round demolition of defending champion Iga Swiatek. The point was lost. That's what everyone thought. Swiatek had hit a heavy shot deep into the court. Eala chased it down, but she slipped on the grass and fell hard, flat on her stomach, one hand on the court, her racket nearly skimming the ground. The ball was already past her. Any other player would have given up. Instead, she whipped an awkward forehand winner while essentially horizontal. The ball flew back over the net. The point was alive. The commentator couldn't believe what he had just witnessed. He called it a horizontal forehand, and the name stuck. Within hours, the image was everywhere. Wimbledon itself posted the clip on social media with the caption, "Never give up on a point. We're not over this horizontal forehand," from Alexandra Eala. Tennis photographers called it the sports photo of the year. Netizens hailed it as iconic. Some compared it to Dennis Rodman's legendary floor dive for a loose ball back in 1997. Others called it a one-handed push-up shot, a testament to the sheer athleticism required to pull off something so improbable. "Horizontal forehand and one-hand push-up in one shot. She's a true champion to make this shot," wrote one Instagram user. Another added, "This is what you call hard work. Down yet not out and still making that shot. Impressive." But here's the twist that most people don't know. Eala technically lost the point. Swiatek's return landed out of her reach. The point went to the defending champion. But that didn't matter. What mattered was the refusal to quit. What mattered was the image of a 21-year-old from the Philippines diving across the grass, refusing to let a single point die. The horizontal forehand became a symbol of everything Eala represented: resilience, determination, and the match was over. The defending champion was gone, and Alexandra Eala was standing on center court, overwhelmed by the weight of what she had just achieved. She had just beaten Iga Swiatek 7-6-9, 6-2. She had become the first Filipino in the Open era to reach the second week of a Grand Slam. She had made history for a nation of 115 million people. And then, the interviewer approached her with a microphone. "I don't know how to describe it," Eala said, fighting back tears. "I'm in the second week of a slam, and it's amazing for me." She paused. The tears were threatening to spill over. The center court crowd, packed with Philippine flags, was hanging on every word. Then she spoke the words that would break the internet. "Maybe for someone like Iga, who has won so many slams, or maybe someone like Serena or Venus, this achievement may seem small," she said. "But for someone who grew up in the Philippines," she stopped. The tears took over. The crowd urged her on with thunderous applause. "I went to training every day after school with my brother and my grandfather, wearing my ruffled socks, my light-up shoes and my chubby cheeks," she finally said. So to her, to that little girl, this is everything. The crowd erupted. The cameras zoomed in on faces in the stands, fans weeping, families embracing, strangers sharing a moment of collective emotion. The 21-year-old who had once trained on a makeshift court in the Philippines was now standing on the most iconic stage in tennis, her dream realized, her tears flowing freely. And then she did something that left everyone speechless. She wiped away her tears, steadied her voice, and smiled. "Just because I'm emotional doesn't mean I'm satisfied," she said. "Okay. Next round, let's go." The center court crowd exploded. The tears had dried. The warrior had returned. The moment was replayed millions of times across the globe. The Wimbledon queue, a hallowed British tradition, had never seen anything like it. By 8:30 in the morning, more than 10,000 people had already lined up. They came from every corner of the globe, nurses from Birmingham, engineers from Berlin, students from Melbourne, families from Toronto. The Filipino diaspora had mobilized with a single mission, to watch Alex Eala make history. Inside the All England Club, the scene was equally extraordinary. Philippine flags dotted the stands on every court Eala played. Chants of Alex Alex echoed across the grounds. The outside courts, usually quiet and reserved, were transformed into football stadium-like arenas. When Eala stepped onto center court to face Swiatek, the roar that greeted her was so loud it could have been heard back in Manila. "It's incredible to have my countrymen cheering me on and knowing that we're all in this together," Eala said. "So this goes out to them, this goes out to my family, and this goes to all the little girls with ruffled socks and chubby cheeks." The support wasn't just in London. Back home in Manila, the Philippine Sports Commission and MMDA had organized a free public viewing at the Phil Sports Arena, which could accommodate thousands of fans. Across the metro, at least 16 watch parties were organized. One arena near Manila opened its doors 4 hours before the scheduled start time so fans could secure their seats. The sea of red, white, and blue wasn't just a symbol of support. It was a testament to the power of a nation united behind one of its own. Wimbledon had become Manila, and the tennis world would never forget it. The horizontal forehand had broken the internet. The tears on center court had broken hearts. And now, the world's biggest names in tennis were taking notice. Billie Jean King, the legendary former world number 1 with 39 Grand Slam titles, posted a photo with Eala on Instagram. "What a treat to spend some time with Alex Eala, fresh off her historic win at Wimbledon today," King wrote. "She is the first Filipino to reach the round of 16. Such an inspiration for kids in the Philippines and all over the world. Keep going for it, Alex." Maria Sharapova, who won Wimbledon as a 17-year-old in 2004, left a short but sweet message on Wimbledon's Instagram post featuring Eala's match-winning point. "What a star!" she wrote. Venus Williams, who had partnered with Eala in doubles at the Bad Homburg Open just weeks earlier, congratulated her former partner for making history. Manny Pacquiao, the Filipino boxing legend, said he was so proud of Eala, encouraging her to keep it up. Even Wimbledon itself joined the chorus of praise. The tournament honored Eala with the Tagalog social media post, "Isang araw na hindi mawala sa kasaysayan. Buo ang supporting ng Pilipinas sa'yo, Alex Eala, a day that will never be forgotten." The Philippines' full support is with you, Alex Eala. Eala's post-match press conference had racked up nearly 580,000 views. The highlights of her victory over Swiatek had been watched by 1.2 million people, more than twice as many as watched matches involving Novak Djokovic and Serena Williams. The world was watching. And the world was stunned. The horizontal forehand would be replayed millions of times. The tears on center court would be remembered for generations. But it was Eala's words that would leave the deepest mark. "I don't want them to look at me and say, 'I want to be the next Alex Eala,'" she said in her post-match interview. "I want them to look at me and say, 'Wow, I want to be the first me. I want to make my own path.'" The words were simple, profound, and they revealed a young woman who understood that true greatness isn't about being copied. It's about inspiring others to find their own path. She spoke of the honor of being a role model. "It's an honor to be able to pave the way for young girls," she said. "It would be the honor of my life to be able to inspire others because inspiration is such a beautiful thing." The horizontal forehand had gone viral. The tears on center court had gone viral. But the message that really mattered, the one that would outlast every highlight and every headline, was this: "I want them to be the first them." On her cap, a Tagalog phrase etched by Nike translated to, "Once it grows, it cannot be stopped." In her hair, a white sampaguita ornament honored her roots. Everything she wore was a tribute to where she came from, and everything she said was a roadmap for where she wanted to go. The viral moments had come and gone, but the legacy of Alex Eala was only just beginning. She was flat on the grass, flat on her stomach, one hand on the court, the other holding her racket, horizontal, helpless, beaten on the point. Any other player would have given up. Instead, she hit a shot so impossible that the entire tennis world stopped and asked, "Did that really just happen?" The horizontal forehand broke the internet. Wimbledon itself posted the clip with the caption, "Never give up on a point. We're not over this horizontal forehand," from Alexandra Eala. Tennis photographers called it the sports photo of the year. Fans called it iconic. The image of a 21-year-old from the Philippines diving across the grass, refusing to let a single point die, became a symbol of everything she represented. But the horizontal forehand was just one of many viral moments from Eala's Wimbledon run. There were the tears on center court, the ruffled socks and chubby cheeks interview, the 1.2 million YouTube views, the sea of Philippine flags, the standing ovation, the messages from Billie Jean King, Maria Sharapova, Venus Williams, and Manny Pacquiao, the Tagalog tribute from Wimbledon itself. And at the center of it all was a young woman who refused to be defined by any single moment. "I don't want them to look at me and say, 'I want to be the next Alex Eala,'" she said. "I want them to look at me and say, 'Wow, I want to be the first me. I want to make my own path.'" The horizontal forehand had gone viral. The tears on center court had gone viral. But the message that really mattered, the one that would outlast every highlight and every headline, was this. I want them to be the first them. Was this just a viral moment, or the beginning of a legacy that will define a generation?